Hey, I'm Sebastian Spooky, and I'm going to be reacting to my animated story, except for this one's supposed to be based on true events that happened, and they're going to be a scary animation, so just a disclaimer, just so you know. Do not own any images. I'll link everything down below to the original video if you guys want to go check that out. I am going to do some scary videos because it is spooky season, and I want you all to react with them with me, and I hope you all enjoy it, and please, sorry for the noise that you hear in the background, it is my daughter. But anyways, let's get on to the video. And I'm sorry for my grief.
All this without having tears in my eyes.
Oh my god, something awful terrible must have happened, like, oh my gosh. Like, girl, what happened? I guess we're about to find out.
My name's Claire, and I'm a country girl. Singing is my passion, and this passion takes me to places. The night this horrifying incident occurred in my life, I was returning home from a girls' night out in Nashville, Tennessee.
It's always good to take someone with you, never go alone. And why does it always seem like Tennessee has, like, the weird stuff that happens? I know weird stuff happens everywhere, but I'm like, Tennessee specifically, like, what? What's going on up there?
I wasn't alone, as I had my friend Linda to accompany me. We hired a cab using the popular app Lyft. After waiting for 5 minutes at the pickup location,
Ooh, this already sounds like it's going to be really sketchy.
then the cab arrived. He was a tall, built, muscular guy. The app flashed his name as Albert. We got inside the cab and he started the trip. My friend Linda has the first drop-off as she lived close by.
Ooh, that don't sound good, and that guy already looks sketchy. Like, oh my lord.
We started chatting when Linda said in a whispering voice, "What do you think those are, Claire?" She pointed under the front seat, and I noticed a bottle of Jägermeister peeking from underneath.
They're gonna say chloroform or something, so it's like, oh my god, is he gonna kidnap these girls? But never mind.
But there's no crime in keeping a bottle of alcohol under the seat of the car.
As long as it's not like drinking drunk, you should be okay. But still, it's a little sus. Like,
also, there was no smell of alcohol in the driver. We were sure that even though he has alcohol with him, he hasn't drunk it on duty. Maybe he's planning to drink it when he gets home. Yeah, everyone enjoys being tipsy, I guess. Stop it. I kept looking at the rearview mirror to see if the driver was being suspicious or staring at us, but he wasn't.
Boy, his eyes are cold, and like he looks like he's been on something. I don't know, but he's already giving me like creepy vibes. Like, I'm feeling creepy vibes and a bunch of red flags already.
Higher attention was on the road. He neither spoke nor flinched. He looked so calm that at one point I thought he wasn't even breathing. Linda and I kept chatting and cracking inside jokes. After 15 minutes, her stop arrived, and the driver spoke for the first time. First destination reached. He talked like a machine and pulled over the car at the sidewalk for Linda to get off. Even though the driver drove safely the entire way, I don't know why Linda just couldn't trust him. Before getting off,
If your friend can't trust him and is hinting at you to go with her, you should go with her to be safe. Obviously, there's something going on, and this guy does seem a little... There seems like something a little sus with him, a little weird. I would have just went home with her because I don't think he's safe. I don't think he's safe. Like, I'm sorry, red flags everywhere, and I'm not getting a good feeling. Like, and then you're gonna be by yourself. Just, I don't know about this.
she said, why don't you stay the night at my place? You can leave tomorrow morning. Well, as tempting as it sounds, I gotta get home to my dog. The poor animal is probably hungry. Are you sure, Claire? Yeah.
I'm sorry, forget the dog. Worry about you. Worry about you.
Go get some sleep. I'll call you once I get home. Okay, then. Take care of yourself, okay? Good night, Linda. Good night, Claire. We waved at each other as the car began to leave. I turned on the Google map to see the way ahead, and I realized...
I'm sorry, if I was Linda, I would have went with her or something. I don't know, but I don't know.
That there was huge traffic waiting for me on the highway. I wanted to get home early, as I was too tired, so I surfed the navigation
I can understand being too tired. I totally get that.
screen and found another route. The route had a couple of extra kilometers to cover, but considering the amount of time I would get stuck in traffic, it seemed like a better option. Can you take the road to the outskirts to avoid the traffic? I asked Albert. For the first time, he looked
Girl, hopefully you didn't just make a mistake. I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
me, and our eyes met. Immediately, a cold shiver ran down my spine. His eyes were so big that I could feel his stare piercing my soul. He replied in that
like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This dude, oh my god. I just, awful vibes. I don't know what he's about to do, but he looks like he's either been on something or something is going through his head. Like, be careful. I'm sorry. I would not really make any requests. I would just go with however he wants to go. Because he just, I don't know. Just watch your back.
same robotic voice, but I don't know the route well. Also,
I feel like that's a red flag, and she should have just went with however he wanted to go, because it's just not worth it.
phone battery has died. No issues. I can guide you. It'll be easier and faster than the highway. Fine. The way he said fine sounded like I had somehow pissed him off, but I remained quiet and kept an eye on the navigation. We got onto a stranded road surrounded by deep woods. I rolled down the car window when the man unexpectedly yelled at me. Can you be nice to my car? What? I'm just rolling down the window.
This is so uncalled for. I'm sorry. I would not even be touching anything in his car. I'm sorry. This dude just... He sounds unpredictable. I wouldn't be touching anything. I would have kept my mouth shut, like... Go.
I saw you putting pressure on the handle. If you damage my car, you will have to pay for it. Remember that.
Like, dude, excuse me. It's just a car. Like... I don't know.
I'm not experiencing a car ride for the first time, mister. Jerk. Even though I said the last word in a very low voice, I saw him giving me a death stare from the rearview mirror. I was
Oh my gosh, he's creepy. Like, he's just super creepy. Like, what the hell?
honestly confused to see his demeanor change like that. I just wanted to get out of the car as soon as possible.
I would too. Like, oh my god.
After driving for 10 minutes straight in dead silence, I noticed we had to take a left turn. You need to take the next left. The man didn't reply to me. Instead, increased the speed while breathing in anger. He was panting like an animal and making a growling noise while driving at full speed.
Oh my god, like, look, he looks like he's on something. Like, oh my god. I would be scared to death at this point. Like, I'm sorry, I wouldn't have said anything. I would have kept my mouth shut or something. Like, oh my gosh.
Excuse me? What are you doing? Trying to get you out of the car. At least he's driving faster so the trip ends sooner. But surprisingly, when the left turn came, he missed it and took the right turn instead. The car
I'd be peeing my pants at this point. Like, oh my gosh.
went to a completely different road, and I felt my stomach drop. Hey, where are you going? I told you to take a left turn. Ah! Enough of your ranting, stupid blonde. Saying this,
Excuse me? Like, excuse me. You don't have the right to speak, Mr. Crazy Eyes. Oh my gosh, this poor girl. Like...
he stopped the car and got down from it. I was horrified because I knew something very bad was coming my way. He grabbed the back door and opened it in one go.
Oh my god. He's gonna have her get out in the middle of nowhere. Like, oh my gosh. She should have went to stay to her friend's house or something, but, like... This dude has no right. Like, what the hell is his problem?
He then screamed at me. Get out, you witch! Get out of my car, right now! What? What are you saying? Drive me to my destination or else I'm gonna
I'm sorry, I would have just stepped the frick out of the car, because at this point, he can hurt you. It's untelling what he's going to do. I'm sorry, I know people wouldn't have got out of the car. But I'm like, just, I don't know. There's just no point in staying. I don't know. I mean, he could have done something worse, I guess. I don't know, but, oh my god.
report you. I'm not frickin' driving you anymore. Get out. Please, just listen to me. But he didn't wait for me to finish.
I'm sorry, at this point, he's not listening to anything. Like, he honestly does not care.
He grabbed me by the hair and pulled me out of his car in full force. He was so strong that I could feel his Hulk hand tearing chunks of hair from my skull. I screamed and cried in pain. Please stop! Ah! He threw me into a nearby ditch, and I face planted on the hard concrete.
Oh my god, that was so awful. Like, oh my gosh.
But his abuse didn't just stop right there. He laughed like a demon, seeing me writhing
He might have been, I don't know, but he sounds like a psychopath.
in pain. This is what you deserve for being a pain in the ass, witch! And just before
And he had the nerve to call her that. Like, dude, you're a psycho.
turning away, he kicked me in the stomach. In my blurry vision, I saw this monster driving away in his car. Thankfully, I grabbed my phone.
Thank God she's still alive, though. Like, oh my gosh, it could have been so much worse. Like, I feel so sorry for this poor girl.
He pulled me out of his car. With trembling hands, I dialed 911 and called for help. I was in such acute physical pain until help arrived. I kept lying in that dirty ditch, waiting.
That is just so terrible. That is so terrible.
For the cops to rescue me. Authorities issued a warrant for the Lyft driver,
Good, he deserves to have a warrant on him. He needs to go to jail.
Albert, the next day. I provided the cops with a photo of Albert from the Lyft app. He was arrested within 48 hours.
Thank God he was arrested. He don't need to be out to hurt anyone else. Like, this dude's a psychopath.
And later booked at Davidson County Jail.
Let's hope he stayed there.